Hi world, and today I wanna talk about AI systems, in particular this Chat GPT or GPT, how's it called? I don't understand, but and then not that I don't understand. It's like I constantly forget. It's like for my pronunciation. Anyway, uh, I've been writing PHP codes for maybe 10 years of my existence, and in this video I decided to give you a little review that actually AI systems can program and do coding for you, and this is absolutely insane. Like, let's try something. Let's try write me a simple PHP code, and normally what everyone would think is it'll just take out a code somewhere from its database, like uh, any other code. So right now, what the code he is or she is or no is typing is a HTML code with an integrated PHP code in it. So it's basically a PHP within an HTML. Can you write me the same code? Okay, as far as I know, once you install a server, you need to enable the PHP variable to actually understand, so that HTML can actually understand that this is actually a PHP code that you need to validate right here. So how can I? But the PHP code is not working. It's showing as an HTML code. What is wrong? How do I fix it? So, many platforms already have it enabled, that enable PHP parsing in the HTML codes. So I will just ask, how can you fix it? Oh my god, a cat is walking on my microphone. So let's see. Cat. So yeah, I have already an Apache server on Jinx installed. Okay, place this file inside a PHP extension, such as index.php, and save it in the root directory web server. Okay, so it gives me a hint. If I save the file as .html, it will not work, but if I save it as index.php, it will work. So okay, let's change my question. Okay, but I want to parse this PHP code in a HTML file. How can I fix it? I have Apache server div on my Ubuntu server. Let's see what it answers. Cat, you have to sleep here. It's interesting to watch how he actually answers with me. Okay, so in other words, you need to make sure that the file has PHP extension, so the web server knows the PHP file. Here's an example how you can play code with an HTML file. Okay, he basically answers the question, but the thing is, I need to constantly give him a better question, so I need to change my question. I know where the file is and where I need to change it. I'm just curious whether he will answer it, giving me an instructions how to do it. So okay, let's just read this answer. If you want to parse PHP code, you need to make sure that the file has a PHP extension, so the web server knows PHP. Okay, is there any? And by the way, his recommendation is of course a better solution than my idea of it. But sometimes you just want to have an HTML file with a PHP code in it. Is there any other way how I can use a file PHP in a .php file. So let's not waste time, since we know the answer. Why should we bother him asking the same question over and over again? Let's just continue. So, okay, he gives me an answer. The answer is useful. I can go ahead with it. Okay, he's giving me something more closer. All right. Add the following line to the file. Okay, yeah, so this is the answer. This is the answer. And there are several ways how you can do it. And of course, you need to restart it. Man, this is so nice. Actually, you know, I'm really surprised. I read the instructions about how do they make these images. I understood you need a lot of money, you need lots of servers, you need a lot of images, you need to prepare images, really many images, and you can make it. The scripts out there, but this is also really interesting. Though these AI systems are getting more and more interesting. Okay, so now that we have our PHP tags ready and running, and we want to make a login script. Let's say we want to log into our website. Okay, so let's say thank you. It works now. Now, how can I make a login script with HTML design? The question is different. Now, please write me a login screen with made in HTML with PHP login form. I'm in my original language. I don't know how to format these questions in my native language, so I need to think. How can I tell him that? Okay, HTML login HTML, good. Login form, title, head, alright, so far so good. Okay, it's a form login. It will redirect to login.php file. It will be post method. So it's a username, alright, with ed, so you can usually use jQuery for it. Label password, okay. Input password, submit. Okay, so it will now write a PHP file. Okay, requested method, post username. Okay. So, okay, he's giving me like a really simple. So the username is admin and password is secret. So he will give some kind of a description. Handle this submission to PHP call request method to make the use of blah, 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 blah. Okay, so in a real world scenario, you should validate input more. Okay. Okay. Let's try to make a. Please make me a registration or sign up PHP form script with HTML and PHP. So I already see that the code will work. I'm just with these quotes. He's writing with the quotes and pretty good grammar, exit as well. All right, registration form. Okay, it will forward this information registration PHP post username the same, text username. Okay, it's the same. I have a good question. I decided to make a question for him. Okay, so password. It should also give repeat password. Yeah, password confirmation. That's what normally everybody does. So it gives repeat password, and then it will output a submit button, registration, and then it will write the PHP, what was the file name, register.php. Okay, username, there was this email, password, and confirm password. Then it should check whether the passwords are identical. Say hello to my cat, my new cat. He's telling me, hey sir, I'm here as well. Okay, he's just asking to verify whether all fields are empty, and the password should be equal. So if they're not equal, it will tell you passwords do not match. Okay, and it'll redirect you to a confirmation. Okay, so now we need to tell him that, okay, here's the code. I want to have placeholders here. Now let's just tell him, because placeholder, it means that there will be a field in which I want to have a placeholder right there. Can you write me a second? Write me the same code, but input tags with, and I'm very curious what will happen. And save, and also script that saves the user info into the MySQL database. I'm really curious what will happen, because it's a really complicated question right now. Now, first he needs to understand everything that is written prior to this, and then he needs to add code here, save user, and tags here, placeholder with the same name, with the same contents, email. So by now everything is okay, and you can definitely use it. Let's click enter. And this is just a really simple non-usable code, because whatever codes you will have, you will need to still edit them, but it actually saves you a ton of handwriting. You just copy the code and edit it, so it's really it's a really okay. Yeah, he rewrote placeholder, man. This is so good. Because if I would ask you write with placeholders, you will have no idea what I'm talking about. But here it's writing with placeholders. Now this is nice. Okay, I'm impressed. Actually, I'm really impressed. This is very good. Okay, and now the same script that saves the user into database. Let's see what it has. Will he use prepared statements? Will he use MySQL real escape string? Will he check whether the password is with needed strength or length? Who knows? He just checks whether they are empty or not. Please fill out fields. Passwords don't match, and it doesn't even check whether the email is an actual email. Maybe it's just a letter A or B or C. Now he's making the connection script. So far he completely understood what I was asking for. So we're connecting to the database. That's good. And I will ask him one more last question. Insert into user's emails. Okay, so the query is just a simple query. It's not using MySQL real escape strings and anything. So basically this code is hack proof. I mean, like, not hack proof. You can actually hack this one. Script store the user. Okay, there is something that it just stops writing because maybe the code is too long. I will ask him only a simple question. Register, write the register. Okay. Write the same PHP. Write only the same PHP file with email verification, so that the script checks if it is a true email or not. Who knows what he will tell me? Who knows? Like, maybe even some people would not understand what I'm asking him. But the neural languages networks, here's the updated. Okay, so that it means the same with an updated version. Okay, let's see. Okay, password. Now we're getting to the verification. Okay, this is the email. Password doesn't match. Else if, alright, filter var. Filter var. Okay, really good. And I'm really surprised how he writes the else if. It doesn't. It's a pretty logical thing he's doing. If not question, I've mentioned database, alright. And ask him, now I will ask him to make the exact same code. I will tell him, please update the same PHP script. I know, I'll tell him, I'll tell him like a pretty simple. Okay, yeah, I don't need. Yeah, I don't need. Okay. Now, please update the same PHP script with insert info into MySQL using prepared. I'm not sure I'm writing correctly. So a prepared statement basically means that all these queries are prepared, and you just give him two fields. One is where to insert, and the other is what to insert. So you don't need to write this entire insertion into the code into the database. So it's more hack proof. Maybe it's a little bit more time consuming, but maybe in some places it's not consuming. Okay, check the connection. We're so far so good. Okay, query insert values. All right. Prepare query. All right. Let's see. So this is the query itself. It has 3 values. So, and these are the 3 values. Execute statement. If there's statement error, report error. And if it's all done, close statement and close connection. Well, I have to say, now, these are the things that I would not use in my day-to-day coding or programming. These are the things just for a small part of the codes. Let's figure out the last thing which I was making was it was in jQuery. Let's just do one thing that I've done before, and let's see how he answers. Can you please give me an HTML code where it shows trading view chart? So can he just give me an HTML file where there's only a Bitcoin USDT chart that I can use on some of my website? Okay, he's really sure that this will be the thing which I need. Trading your chart, alright. JavaScript is below. That's good. No. Yeah, it should be below. There was an issue with this code that it has to be below the div field. So what it does is TradingView chart, container ID, TradingView chart. So if by any means this div is below the script, it will not work, because as soon as this script is loaded up, he will check for the TradingView chart, and he realizes that this chart is below on the page which has not yet loaded. It has to be above here. So otherwise, first load the div ID and then load this chart. So he wrote it actually correctly. Oh my god, this is really interesting. Okay, just let's write me. Okay. Okay, so I'm asking a question. Can you write me a PHP script that converts 1 minute candlestick chart to 1 hour candlestick chart? He gives me even an explanation. Alright, so what is creating a time? Okay, he's creating a time for each candle, and this is a 1 minute candlestick chart. So I assume that he will be making, so 1 hour, 1 minute. Okay, he will be, I assume he will be making a data. So new candlesticks, count candlesticks. Alright, so we first of all count candlesticks. How many candlesticks are there? Candlestick count. Current timestamp, current open, current high. Okay. It gets a little bit interesting. Okay, it gives just right. It creates so 0 open. Okay, so he names these values. So the time is the first value for the first row. So the first is open price, then it's high, then it's low, then it's closed. So basically we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 candles we have already. So it's actually really advanced in understanding understanding my question and how to summarize this information. So basically he actually knows how to code. Then he creates an array which is empty, new candlesticks. Then he counts how many candlesticks actually are there. Then he loops through all those candlesticks. He creates new variables like the current candlestick, which is looping right now. He revalues those, like revariables those, or how you call it, how you want to call it. So, and then okay, if this is a really smart way how to actually write this code. I write it differently, this code I have written differently, but this is really, really interesting. So what you do is then you check hour of this timestamp. So this script just converts 1 minute to 1 hour charts. So you check the hour of the timestamp. And by the way, date function is a really time-consuming function. It will be really slow if you want to convert 1 million charts. So anyways, this will work. Nonetheless, it will be fast or slow. It's different. It's a different story. But if the he's checking the hour, and so it will have a mistake right now. So he's checking the hour, but what he should check is date, year, a month, and hour. So he needs to check all those 3 variables, because an hour can be an hour every day there's the same hour, same 12 o'clock, for example. So here would be an error, and I will tell him, yes, but please please consider that the hour can be, well, I will write it later. So if it's the same, so basically if the candle, for example, we have like 60 minutes in an hour, maybe 3,300 seconds. So if there are these 60-minute candles here, and if we are looping the same hour, then we recheck the current highest between the current highest. So okay, current high is already predefined. Okay, so that's good, it will work. And current lowest between the lowest. So make the maximum variable from these two, I think that could be 5 or 10, which one is the greatest, and reset it as the highest and lowest point. Because the candlesticks, for those who do not know the candlesticks, candlestick is basically a chart which consists of price movements within that minute or that hour. So if the price went really high in that minute, just record the highest point. If the price went really low in that minute or hour, just record the lowest point. And the current closed is just the last candle. But this code right here will not tell you if it's the last candle of the hour, because nobody told that these charts are stored by time ascending or descending. So nobody told that, and as me as developer, I can just tell him, yeah, now sort those candlesticks from time descending, right, or ascending, well, it doesn't matter. So okay, so if it's the same minute or hour, just extend or update the highest and lowest prices. So if not, if it's a different hour, then write that different hour with these values. So this is the same format as we have right here. But the thing is, here is not written a pair, and it's not written a volume there. So let's not ask him those things. Open, high, low, close. Okay. Okay. So and then write those new candlesticks. So yeah, he writes the new candlesticks additional value inside them outside of the for loop, which will basically create another duplicate row right here. But okay, that doesn't mind me. Okay, can you please update the same script only? Only sort candlesticks. Let's write it like this. By time and okay, and here let's check. And in this place, use date format. Now let's see what will happen. He doesn't even, sorry, I didn't understand who he's selling. Here is the updated script. And he's writing now differently the format. sort candlesticks by. I have no idea what this does. And I've never written in such a way. So he made a function return A to B times. So this means something. I'm not sure what. So, but the function needs to have an A function and an A variable and a B variable. What is it? I don't know. So because we need to check it lower, use sort candlesticks. Sort candlesticks by time ascending. So it's a use sort. So he's writing a completely different code right now. Although I told him the same script. Okay, what he's writing, I want to see. But anyway, he did that. He did change the year, month, day, and he did make the sort function. Use sort, so basically it calls this function candlesticks A to B. I never actually used use sort. So who knows what it means. This is something I never used before. The only thing how to find out is check whether it's true or not. But what I can validate is right here. For each candlestick as candlestick. Alright, so it's using the all RI. Timestamp. Okay. Okay. So if there isn't the new candlesticks with such date, it means add a candlestick with the same date with its contents already from the original times. Okay, that's fine. Else, if there isn't, so what's written there? Then take the maximum from candlestick alright. So this is pretty good. This will work. This is completely fine. This is okay with me. Although the thing is that he wrote basically two different codes here. I think this is a little bit simpler because here in this function you could just use it's a AR sort, A sort, AR sort, key sort, key R sort. So it's a array reverse sort, key reverse sort, and etc. So the challenging thing here is that he made an array which consists of arrays. So what you could do is you take the time out. You could take the time out as a key, and these open, high, low, close are the values. And you can just sort it pretty easily with one command. But he wrote these two lines. In fact, this made it a little bit complicated. And I believe, in my case, my suggestion would be much faster to do so. But anyways, still it will work. So it doesn't matter, actually. And basically, there are many other different programmers out there who would consider this code to be better, other code to be better, and other codes to be bad or good. But anyway, in this case, he's giving me codes that actually work. Let's give him a question like this. Hello, I have a basic script. Can you add Google? Here's my code. let's just take what he gave us at the beginning. Yeah, let's use the same code right here. Let's see, can he add Google Captcha code to it? Because Google Captcha code, I don't think is that difficult to find online. Okay, here's the updated code. Nice, I want to see that. This is so interesting. Okay, Google reCAPTCHA. Okay, it should be the same, but as I remember, on the bottom there is some kind of a div field, and when you post it, there has to be another field. So this is just an HTML, but if this works, then the PHP code will also work. Confirm password, this is what I told him, right? Everything is okay. And I would, okay, your side key, your side, okay. So to me, how can he do it is just amazing. I would at firstly believe that there's some kind of person responding me all these questions. Yeah, and sometimes this Chat GPT hangs up. Okay, it didn't hang up. Div submit. And maybe he will give me a PHP code also. Alright, nice. I didn't ask him for a PHP code, but he knows that it's necessary. Request, method, post. Yeah, just check. It's true, I need to check with a captcha, Google reCAPTCHA. The thing is it easier for me to write these questions in Google and search for answers, or just use this AI? Of course, I think it's easier for me to use this AI because it gives you what you need. And it's amazing, actually. It's really amazing. Imagine what will happen in a year, maybe in a month, maybe in 2 years, or you can imagine what will happen after 10 years. So, so what it does, as according if this code is correct, then the Google Captcha, on the moment this script is loaded, he takes site API key, saves on the Google server, and then when the page is posted forward, wait, I need to check. He checks whether the result from the user input was successful or not. So Google saves information about the client, and then when you load up the page, you need to get, hey, was the client true or false? And he says, yeah, it's true. And okay. This is, okay. Can you explain me this function? Oh, no, I sometimes forget functions. Sometimes I really forget functions. I needed one function right here on PHP. What is the function to replace a word? Reg. Let's see. Another function is replace. I know how to write it, but I accidentally have forgot this function. The function replace word is in regular expression is also known as regular place. Here is an example of how you can use this function. Pattern, PHP, Python. Okay, this will work. This is really nice. So the pattern is replace PHP word to Python. you explain me how the... So I'm not asking about the same function, I'm just asking about the pattern. How can you just speak about the pattern? So he has to know what he answered me. Okay, will say, sure. No, he didn't say sure. Previously, when I was testing it, would also reply, sure, here's the code. Sure, no problem. Sure, here's the code. Here are examples of patterns. Matching a specific character. A. The pattern manages within... okay. Matching set of characters. Alright, so here you have the idea. If it's in the brackets, if it matches one of these characters, then do it. So here will be if a word matches. Matching a single digit. Okay, so if it's a single number. So if it's a word, the pattern matches any word character with a string. A word character is defined as a letter digit underscore. These are just few examples, patterns, regular expressions. Okay, this gave me a much better answer than I was Googling it and searching it before. Alright, so this is the question I really need. Thanks. So the thing is that if I change, let's say, a word, a dog or a cat, to a different word, I want to change word, not a string. So what it means is there is like a cat dog, like a whole word, like a fat cat was running down the street, and I want to change the name cat to refrigerator. So it will translate fat refrigerator, like a whole word, is running down the street. So, but to make only word changes, I add space in the front of the word and space at the end of the word. So because words are separated by spaces. So the thing is, to make a change, replace, you have to understand that the sentence can start with the no space sign. So the first word cannot be changed. And the sentences can end with dot or exclamation mark and etc. So the thing is that also these ending marks cannot be changed if you want to use a simple way using spaces. But using regular brace, this function, you can actually write that yes, do this, but keep in mind that there can be a comma, or like he's reading like here, like a dot, comma, explanation, and etc. So let's see. So here's an example of express the word regardless whether it ends with a comma, period, question mark, or any other symbol. Okay, so he's answering my question. He understands what I was asking. He understands what I want. In this example, the pattern word is used to match the word sentence. The pattern B matches word boundary. Okay, here is the sentence with the dot. So I want to tell him now this is astonishing. He completely understands. Man, this is so crazy. In this example, the pattern B, okay, is used to match the word sentence. The pattern B matches a word boundary. Okay. So I actually am not that good in these preg replace. I know what a preg quote is, that's okay, but it's used to escape any special times of word to be replaced. And okay, matches 0 more instance comma, period, question mark, and other symbols that end sentence. the matches word is then replaced by the text using the replace function. Okay, all right, so here is the sentence, all right. We must change the word sentence, okay. From to new word text, all right, that's so clear by now. The pattern is, so the pattern will be inserted right here. Now these preg quotes just they are used because sometimes the sentence can have like a different unusable characters within, so it just adds those characters with this this line. So the B okay, the B matches a bound boundary. Alright, so everything is fine by now. Okay, so so it means the B means getting the boundary of the word. So this will be the word, and it will get the boundaries of it, because the boundary could be identified by a space or by space behind. So it understands that this has to be a separate word, and it can also be followed by dot and these lines. But what I'm really doubtful about is that this B has to be followed by these symbols. So what it means is it will change the word, but the sentence has to be followed by a dot. So, but it nonetheless, it cannot be, it not always has to be followed by a dot. But the funniest part is, how does he know? How does he know what will be the output of this thing right here? So it's a pretty darn smart thing, smart machine right there. So anyway, I will ask him a question. If the sentence is not followed by a dot, okay. So the thing is, if there will be no dot right here, will it still change the word? So let's ask him the question. So it just gives me an answer. But all right. So anyway, my overall conclusion is this is amazing. This is really amazing. And of course, this Chat GPT could help me a lot in my coding stuff. And maybe later on different videos I will add some more things if you want. But by now, this was really an astonishing experience. So see you guys on some next video.